What's going on, everybody? It's and welcome to another tier list video. If you don't know, we are doing a little mini series here on the channel. I did the most accurate typings tier list a while back. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you pause this, go check that video out, come back here, and now we're going over every single typing on that list from my least favorite to my absolute favorite. And today we have flying type. And if you're new to my tier list in general, it goes as such. It goes goated, stupid good, okay, meh, and trash. And now, as you can see, there is actually not flying what the fuck. That is actually reserved for two Pokemon. That is reserved for Arceus and Savali. The reason that Arceus and Savali are both in not flying what the fuck is because they are not naturally flying. They are normal type. They are flying because they each get items that make them flying. However, the person who makes these tier lists on the home renders puts them here anyway. So I just put them in not flying what the fuck. They are on my normal type tier list. I already made that tier list. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. Now, without further ado, let's get into the tier list. Starting with Pidgey. Pidgey is okay. Pidgey is a really good Route 1 bird. I mean, honestly, a good starting catch Pokemon. But it's one of those things where you don't catch Pidgey for Pidgey. You catch Pidgey for Pidgeot. Or Pidgeotto, depending on the person that you are. So, Pidgey, not a bad choice to get. Pidgeotto is also okay. It's just same as Pidgey, but better. That's all I can really say about it. The thing about Pidgey line is that until you get to a certain point, they are very basic. They're really good, but they're really basic. Pidgeot is stupid good. I'm just gonna say that right now. Pidgeot hits like a fucking truck and is speedy as shit. Kind of bulky, if I'm not mistaken. It's not crazy bulk, but it's still got some decent bulk to it, which gives it, like, you know, the oomph that it needs. You know what I mean? Mega Pidgeot is also stupid good. Does Mega Pidgeot, or does Pidgeot deserve a Mega? Absolutely. However, I think that it's one of those things where if Pokemon were to still do Megas, it would have been a better introduction later on. I don't think we necessarily needed Mega Pidgeot. I don't think Mega Pidgeot got really used all that much. I don't know anybody who, you know, just used it competitively or tried to use it in a Let's Play format. But it's here anyway. But it's well deserved. I like Mega Pidgeot. It's stupid good. Spearow is kind of meh. Not gonna lie. Spearow's meh. Not as cool as the Pidgey line. Another Route 1 bird. I think it's a little stronger, but it's also more frail, so take that as you will. Fearow is okay. Fearow is okay. I don't get the Fearow hate. I don't get the Fearow slander. Fearow is an okay choice. Is it better than Pidgeot? No. Is it cooler than Pidgeot? Also no. But it's an okay choice. If you want a little variety in your team, or like, you know, you're playing a Nuzlocke and you need a normal flying type, or just a flying type in general, Fearow is not a bad choice. I've used Fearow multiple times. It is not a bad choice. I don't stand by the Fearow slander. Zubat is honestly kind of meh. Better than Spearow, and the reason Zubat is kind of meh is just because, like, he's literally meant to be annoying. He's not, he hits hard for what he does, but he's meant to be annoying. He's annoying to encounter. He's annoying to face against. He's hardly got any bulk. Everything he has is in speed. So you're not getting a Zubat for a Zubat. You're getting a Zubat for a Golbat, or better yet, a Crobat. That's what you're getting for. And speaking of which, Golbat's okay. Golbat is okay. Also, I keep forgetting to turn my goddamn phone on vibrate. But Golbat's okay. He's super bulky. He hits hard. He's not crazy fast, but he's fast. So, you know, he's a wall. He's a flying wall. We don't have a whole lot of those by what I'm looking at, other than just, like, you know, obvious ones. But still, he's a good pick. He's a decent pick to get. I like him. Farfetch'd, Cantonian Farfetch'd is he's mad, but he's in the lead of mad. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad that I put him in mad, but as a flying type, he doesn't really do a whole lot. Cantonian Farfetch'd doesn't evolve. If he got an evolution, he'd be a lot better, but he doesn't. So, the best thing he gets is Aerial Ace. Don't get me wrong, Aerial Ace is a good move, but there are a lot more flying types that are way better than him that also get Aerial Ace. And they evolve, so for that reason, Farfetch'd is meh. Galarian Farfetch'd is also meh. The design, I don't like as much as Cantonian Farfetch'd. I don't think he's fighting. I can't quite remember if he is fighting. Whoops. But I think he's still normal fighting, or normal flying, sorry. But it's one of those things where I like the Cantonian version better. If they just gave us Cantonian Farfetch'd, but made it to where he could evolve in Galar, that would have been a whole lot better. But I understand why they did it. I understand why they made this thing. The design for Sirfetch'd makes more sense when you look at how big the leak is that Galarian Farfetch'd is holding. But I still think that Galarian Farfetch'd wasn't needed. You could have just gone along with Cantonian Farfetch'd. Doduo, honestly, is also kind of meh. It's one of those things that making these tier lists, I have found that there's a lot of Pokemon you get, not for that Pokemon, but for its evolution. Doduo falls in that category. Doduo, though it's not a bad Pokemon to get, you're not getting because you want a Doduo. You're getting because you want a Dodrio. Speaking of which, Dodrio. I actually really like Dodrio. I really like this Pokemon. It's unique, it hits like a fucking truck, it's fast as shit, it's frail as a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure Dodrio also gave us Tri-Attack. I think it was the first Pokemon to get a Tri-Attack. I think it was a signature move for the longest time. So, it gave us a really good move, normal type move, that has a chance to burn, paralyze, or freeze. This thing gets flying, but it doesn't have wings. I have questions about that, but still, really good choice, really good bird, I really like it. Aerodactyl is just goated. Just let me get this out of the way right now. Aerodactyl is just goated. Aerodactyl is the Cantonian fossil, okay? When I think of fossils from the Kanto region, I don't think of Kabutops. I don't think of Omastar, even though, praise be the Lord Helix. I think of Aerodactyl. I was so upset when I played Red for the first time and realized I had to go out of my way and find an Amber. I don't know why they did it that way, but either way, Aerodactyl, really, really cool mon. I really like it. And they gave this motherfucker a Mega and just made it even better. I love Mega Aerodactyl. I want to say that right now. I love this thing. Any chance that I get to use a Mega Aerodactyl, I 100% will. It's such a cool mon. Hits like a fucking truck. Fast as shit. A lot of flying types are just fast as fuck. Or they're either fast and hit hard, or they're fast and bulky. Those are the two. But, oh my god, I love Mega Aerodactyl. He's so fucking cool. He's got a rock go to and everything. I fucking love it. Articuno, also goated. Articuno, the whole line, I'm gonna go over the line. I'm not gonna go over them just right now. But Articuno, honestly, has always been one of my favorites of the three. Not my absolute favorite, but still a runner-up for the favorite. It's ice flying, so, the ice weakness is automatically gone. It's bulky, hits hard, and is fast. You get the trifecta with this thing, which, no shit, it's a legendary. You usually get the trifecta, or one of them is just crazy high. It's a really good Pokemon to have, and I really like it. Galarian Articuno is stupid good, not quite goated. And the reason being is because it loses its ice typing. It is now flying psychic, if I'm not mistaken. What they should have done was make it ice psychic. And just, get rid of flying altogether. I understand that it's the bird trio. The whole thing is that they're birds, so they need to be flying. I get that, right? But one of them doesn't even fucking fly anymore. So I think we're okay with, getting rid of flying typing. So it's still a really cool Pokemon. I really like this thing, honestly. At first, when I first saw this thing, I didn't know how to feel about, regional variants of legendary Pokemon. I really like this thing. This is a fresh take on Articuno, and I like it. Zapdos, also goated. Zapdos is my favorite of the three birds. The force of lightning itself. It's flying electric, so already electric is gone from its weakness. It's the only of the three birds. It's the only one that can take out the other two very easily. So it's It's just a really cool, it's very well designed Pokemon, really powerful Pokemon. I think you can run this thing as either special or offensive, which is or special or physical, sorry. But it's really, really cool, really, really good, and I love it. Galarian Zapdos is, again, stupid good. I don't like it as much as I do Galarian Articuno. It is flying fighting, because I think it's supposed to be based off the Roadrunner. And again, this is another situation where I said get rid of the flying, make it electric fighting. Because this thing doesn't even fly anymore. It's like Dodrio, right? Dodrio is flying, but it doesn't fly. It runs. But I don't know any other typing to give Dodrio. If this thing's supposed to be Galarian Zapdos, it still has Zap in the name, first of all. So why not get rid of the flying and get fighting electric? I don't think we have a fighting electric. We have Electivire, who should be fighting electric, but he's not. That'd be a unique typing combination that we don't already have to my knowledge. So why wouldn't they do that? It's like Gen 8 is one of the generations. It's like I could go on a whole rant video about Gen 8. I might do that one these days. Just know, still a really good Pokemon. I really like it, but get rid of the flying typing for these birds. Moltres, honestly, is the only of the 3 original Cantonian birds that's not going goated. I don't like Moltres as much as the other 2. It's still a good Pokemon. I'm not going to say it's not. It's stupidly offensive and special. Flies it's crazy fast. But I don't like it as much as the other 2. If I see these 3, I'm going to pick Articuno or Zapdos over Moltres every time. It's weak to the other 2, first of all. The only one that it has an advantage on is Articuno. And Articuno only has an advantage on Zapdos, but it's Articuno's, you get what I'm saying? Like, Zapdos is the best because he's only weak to one of them. Articuno is weak to 2, Moltres is weak to 2, and they're both only strong against 1. But there's just something about Moltres that I don't care for, right? Like, it's not a bad pick, it's not a bad Pokemon at all, it's just not my cup of tea. Galarian Moltres is going to be the only one of the Galarian trio to be goated. It's such a cool design, Mon. It's dark flying, which again, please just why would you make I get it. Again, I'm not saying why as in like, oh, why'd you do that? Well, they're the bird trio. I understand why. But why would you not just get rid of the flying type? And this thing screams dark fire. This would be so cool, such a cool typing. And you still keep the theme of like they're all weak to each other. I think those still are, right? Yeah, because Zapdos is strong against Moltres. Moltres is strong against Articuno, and Articuno is strong against Zapdos. And none of them are like weak to each other in terms of like one's strong enough to take on both. They're all on equal playing fields. But that's lame. Make them ice, psychic, electric, fighting, and fire, dark. But Galarian Moltres' design is such an upgrade from regular Moltres, that alone carries him goated. Hoothoot. Hoothoot's kind of trash, not gonna lie. Hoothoot, again, you're gonna hear me say this a lot, but you don't get Hoothoot for Hoothoot, you get Hoothoot for Noctowl. Speaking of which, Noctowl, and even then, Noctowl, as much as I like him, I hate to say he's meh. He's just a meh. He's a unique pick. He's not necessarily good. You're not picking Noctowl because you want a good flying type. You're picking a Noctowl because you want a unique typing. He's normal flying. And I get it. His design screams normal. But he should have been psychic flying. And we did get a psychic flying in second gen. I know that. But he would have been so much better had he been psychic flying or flying psychic. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about Noctowl. If he was flying psychic, he would have been much higher up on this list. Crobat. Goated. Like, you can't beat Crobat. Like, Crobat is never a bad option on your team. He's bulky, hits hard as shit, fast as shit. He's just a really good flying type Pokemon. I've used this thing time and time again. I can't express how many times I've used this thing in Nuzlocke, Let's Plays, all that shit. And it's not that difficult to evolve. Like, he doesn't need a stone. He doesn't need to be traded. Thank fuck. If he needed to be traded, he would be much lower on this list. It's friendship, which, don't get me wrong, is another annoying mechanic that you have to evolve with, but at least it's doable. You don't need a second handheld if you don't have friends. You don't need to use your only stone that the game lets you find on this thing. It can just it just evolves. It's a friendship. You can boost its friendship up just by having it out and using it, and you're good. You're golden. Togetic is just okay. Togetic is okay. Togetic, you slap an EV light on this thing, it's gets slightly bulkier, but in my opinion, you don't get Togetic to use a Togetic, right? It's not a Porygon 2. It's not that bulky to warrant you keeping it from evolving. It's not a Chansey. It is a Togetic. If you get a Togetic, you are getting Togetic to evolve it again. That's the bottom line. Natu! It's also trash, but it's better than Hoothoot because at least he's Psychic. I think he's normal. I think he's flying. No, he is flying Psychic. Like, literally the typing is just what makes him a little bit better than Hoothoot. That's it. And again, you don't get a Natu to use Natu, you get a Natu to use Xatu, but the Psychic carries him. Then Xatu is just what I said Noctowl should have been. Flying Psychic. Except he is. But he's still not the best choice. There are many more flying Pokemon that are better than him, more Psychic type Pokemon. And we'll get to it. There's a flying Psychic that's honestly arguably better than Xatu. We'll get to that one when we get to it. But still, you know what I mean? Murkrow is honestly kind of meh. Murkrow's meh. Because, when he was released, he was one of two dark types. Sneevil and him. But, he was never really a good option to begin with. And now we got Honchkrow. So, if we didn't have Honchkrow, Murkrow would be in trash. Because I have Honchkrow, he's at least worth getting. So he falls in the category of, you don't get him to use Murkrow, you get Murkrow to use Honchkrow. Gligar, I keep forgetting this little motherfucker is flying. I'm gonna be real with you. He screams poison, but he's not. He's flying ground. Honestly, he's kind of meh. Not gonna lie. And he... back in the day, you kind of had an argument because, he's flying ground, so he's a flying type that can't be hit by electric type moves, but he's still quad weak to ice and all this good stuff. You had an argument, right? But now we got Gliscor. So there's absolutely no reason for you to get this thing to use a Gligar. You're using it to get a Gliscor. Delibird. It's meh. It's at the back of meh, and here's why. Delibird only gets one move, present, right? Yes, you have a chance to do a little bit of damage or a shit ton of damage to your opponent, but there's still the chance that you're going to heal them too. Delibird, a lot of people don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't like Delibird. I like Delibird, but mechanically, he's not great. He can do a shit ton of damage. But you can also heal your Pokemon a shit ton, the opponent's Pokemon a shit ton too. So it's like, what? I'm never going to use this thing, honestly. I'm never, ever going to use this thing. I don't even think he learns anything by TM. So, I like Delibird. He's a cool Pokemon, but as a flying type, he's at the very back of meh. Skarmory, stupid good. Skarmory is stupidly good. He's a cool design. He's just a good Pokemon overall. Steel, flying. I don't think we have another Steel flying here, actually. So it's a unique typing. He's just cool. And also, I don't think... This is supposed to be in order from Gens 1 through 8. Excluding, regional variants. I think Skarmory was Gen 3. I think the guy who made this may have screwed up, but that's the point. Lugia, goated. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Lugia is one of the best legendaries of all time. He's flying Psychic. It makes more sense for him to be water, yes, but flying, Psychic, and water all work. So you can interchange him any. I think he more so deserves water than Psychic, but still, anything works. Any of them work out for him. He's such a good Pokemon. He deserves goated. Ho-Oh is also goated, but I like Lugia more. I think I'm also like Aerodactyl and Zapdos more than Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is just an even better Moltres, but that's not an insult to either or. It's a good thing. Ho-Oh is fire flying. He gets Sacred Fire, one of the coolest flying type moves of all fucking time. But there's just something about Ho-Oh that I don't like as much as Lugia, and I think a lot of people feel that way. And again, Ho-Oh is not a bad Pokemon by any means. Ho-Oh is such a good Pokemon. Super bulky, he's like a fucking truck. Not insanely fast, but it's still pretty fast. It's just, you know, I think Lugia is a more viable option. Tailow's okay. Taillow is an okay pick. Taillow is, for a Route 1 mom, pretty fucking strong. And it falls in the category of you're not getting a Taillow for Taillow, you're getting it for Swellow. But still, Taillow can hold its ground early game. Now, once you get, you know, later in the game, you need to evolve it. But Taillow can hold its own. Taillow's a good pick. Swellow, stupid good. Stupid good. Not necessarily like, you know, like, not necessarily goated status, right? I really like Swellow. Swellow is such a cool Pokemon. It's so simplistic, but so good. Like, Gen 3 doesn't miss. In terms of dex designs, Gen 3 does not miss. But with Swellow, it's like, it's so simple, but it does so much. And a lot of Pokemon has this problem with their designs where they just keep throwing shit at it and just like, if we keep adding shit to it, people will think it looks cooler. Keep adding shit to it. But with Swellow, it's such a simple design. It's so cool. It hits like a fucking truck. It's so goddamn speedy. Oh, I love Swellow. Wingull is honestly kind of meh. Wingull is meh, and here is my reason why. Wingull is meh. You know, it's water flying. Super weak to electric. Super weak to rock. It can at least hit rock. I think it gets rid of its ice type weakness because I think water resists. So it's neutral to ice. But it's like, you get a Wingull to get a Pelipper, but there are also better Pokemon than Pelipper, so it's like, Wingull's not my first choice when it comes to a flying type. If I need a water type and a flying type, there's still other water flying types out there, but it is a contender. Pelipper is just okay. Pelipper is bulky and it hits decent. All of Pelipper's stats, Pelipper is a weird flying type because I've been saying that flying types are fast, either fast and bulky or fast and they hit like a fucking truck. Pelipper is this weird middle ground where it's still faster than, you know, it's one of the slower flying types, right? But its bulk is sky fucking high for it. So if you need bulk in a flying type, Pelipper is honestly a good choice to do. It's just there are other flying type Pokemon I would rather have than Pelipper. So Pelipper is an okay choice. Pelipper is okay. It's just at the tail end of okay for me. Swablu is also meh. And that's because Swablu, again, broken record, but I'm just going to say it, is you don't get a Swablu for Swablu, you get a Swablu for Altaria. So that's why it's a meh. Altaria is stupid good. I really like Altaria. Flying Dragon. It's the Puffball. Also, side note, have you ever seen the picture of Altaria when it's wet? Google that shit. It is the funniest shit I have ever seen. Altaria wet is fucking amazing. But, you know, this thing gets Dragon Dance early. Dragon Dance Earthquake from Altaria is horrifying. So, Altaria is just stupid good. Mega Altaria is goated. I'm just going to say that right now. Mega Altaria. Dragon Fairy. My two favorite typings in one Pokemon. I wish we got more Pokemon with this typing combination. Stupidly bulky. Again, Dragon Dance, Earthquake. Now you're adding fucking Dragon Pulse to it. You're adding Moonbeam to it. You're adding Dazzling Gleam. You're adding all this shit. You can put Calm Mind to this motherfucker. You're adding Play Rough to this thing. It's taking lives. I'm pretty sure this thing got banned at one point for competitive. It's just an insane Pokemon to use. You have a Dragon type that is neutral to fairies. That's insane. Rayquaza, another goated Pokemon. Rayquaza is goated. Dragon flying. There's not much I can say about Rayquaza that hasn't been said. It's Rayquaza. It's like he's one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. He is able to literally just shout at Kyogre and Groudon. And they're like, gosh, shit, we fucked up. We gotta go back. Like, there's not much I can say. He's goated. Mega Rayquaza? Oh my lord. Dude, a Pokemon so broken they had to make another tier solely for him called Anything Goes? Are you fucking kidding me? This thing is the strongest Pokemon ever, except for Eternamax Eternatus. And we can't even use Eternamax Eternatus. This thing's insane. Like, if you don't already know about Mega Rayquaza, do yourself a favor and do some research, because I can't talk about him and everything he can do and why he's insanely broken in this one video. Go do some research yourself. Or, ideally, if you want me to make a video about Mega Rayquaza and why he's fucking broken, hit the like button. Starly is okay. Starly's one of the few, like, Route 1 birds that winds up here. Like, I say few of the Route 1 birds, there's literally 3 out of the 4 Gen 1s that are here. But, like, Starly's an okay choice. Starly is, again, one of those Pokemon that you get. You're not getting it for Starly, you're getting it for Staraptor. So, it stays here, but is honestly a pretty decent choice overall. Staravia is, I think it's stupid good, but in the back is stupid good. Because, like, I think it deserves okay, but it's too good for okay, but not good enough for stupid good. But in this case, it goes on its tail end of stupid good. Again, it's enough to hold on its own, but you're really holding out for that Staraptor. And Staraptor is just goated. Like, holy shit. We will never see... This is one of the strongest Route 1 birds that you can get. It's insane what this thing can do. Oh my god. You get Aerial Ace, you get, Fly is not really a move you can brag about because, it takes 2 turns to hit. But still, you put Fly on this thing, it's going to take lives. Aerial Ace, you get motherfucking Wing Attack. Wing Attack! A move that you get insanely early is viable with this thing. It's crazy. Holy shit. And the design is cool as shit. I love Staraptor. It's such a good Pokemon. Then you have Honchkrow. Honchkrow is stupid good. Honchkrow is stupid good. A very much needed evolution for Murkrow. Stupidly bulky. Hits hard. Not the speediest of flying types, but still. I mean, he's the Dawn. He's the fucking Don. What do you expect? He's the Don. You disrespected him on the night of his daughter's wedding. He will fuck you up. Chatot, though a unique Pokemon, a very memeable Pokemon, is just meh. Competitively, he's not good. I like how one of his signature move, when he first came out, you could record something and he would say it. You can imagine what that did to the competitive scene, because you could record anything. But still, a unique Pokemon enough to not be put in trash, but not unique enough and not good enough to be put anywhere higher than that. Togekiss goated, like, insanely so. Togekiss is goated. Flying Fairy, bulky, hits hard, specially, by the way, specially hits hard. It's not really physical, but special hits like a goddamn truck. It's one of the few flying types that I'm looking on here that is special over physical and not a mixture of both or just physical. It's insanely good. Dazzling Gleam, Moonbeam, fucking, you put Baby Doll Eyes on this thing. You could also run Aerial Ace, just have a flying type move that doesn't miss. But, like, it's insane. It's crazy bulky. It's really good. Gliscor is stupid good. Flying ground, again, should really be poison, but I get why it's not. You put a poison orb on this thing. Its ability makes it to where if it's poison, it gains HP instead of losing it. So that's really good. Again, ground type, so electric type moves can't touch it. So it's just a really good choice overall. It hits hard, it's bulky, it's not really speedy, but again, when you're ground types aren't really known for being speedy, so kind of balances out. Really good choice to get. Pidove is honestly kind of trash. The whole Pidove line, unfortunately, is not that great. Pidove, you never get it, but if you do, you're not doing it to get Pidove, you're using it to get Unfezant. Tranquil. Tranquil is... I'm going to put Tranquil in meh, but in the lead of meh. And the reason why is because Tranquil can hold its own, but there's so many... Like, I want you to look at this list and see all the other flying types that are available. There's so many flying types more available than Tranquil that are just better options, right? They're just way better options than a Tranquil. So, though it's also not great of a Pokemon either. I hate to say it, but it's just not there, man. Unfezant, they're both okay. I don't think male or female have different stats. If so, the female might be a little bit bulkier. I'm going to put them. They're not in the back of meh. I like the male's design better because it's, you know, it stands out a little bit more. But they're just not there. You know what I mean? Nobody gets Unfezant. Nobody uses an Unfezant unless they absolutely have to. Zubat, Flying Psychic, is also kind of trash. Not gonna lie. It doesn't hit hard. It doesn't have any bulk. It's not really speedy. But again, you don't get a Zubat for a Zubat. You get a Zubat for a Swoobat. And Swoobat is, I'm going to say, is not as good as Xatu, but it is better than Noctowl. And that's solely because the ability that you want for it is pretty good. But the other one, I think it's Klutz, where it can't get confused. No. This thing is not the best. And it's a shame that a lot of our flying psychics don't like other than Galarian Articuno, just don't turn out to be good. It's such a shame. Sigilyph, another flying psychic. It's honestly still meh, but I like it better than Xatu and Swoobat. It's more consistent, doesn't have any bulk to it, but it's a unique Pokemon. I like it for its uniqueness, that's about it. Archon, another fossil Pokemon, is okay. Archon's okay. Archon is one of those Pokemon, again, where you don't get it for Archon, you get it for Archeops. Archeops is just stupid good. I'm just gonna say it. Archeops is stupid good. Rock flying, so you know, it's weak to water, it still has all the basic weaknesses of flying types. But, you know, it hits hard, it's crazy fast, not a whole lot of bulk, but it's a unique Pokemon. It's based off the fact that, you know, dinosaurs are theorized to have feathers instead of just a bunch of scales. And they did this before scientists really doubled down on that. So I like it. I like Archeops. I think he belongs to stupid good. Ducklet, little Ducklet. Ducklet is meh. Ducklet's in meh. And again, just like a lot of Pokemon you're going to see on this tier list, you don't get a Ducklet for a Ducklet, you get a Ducklet for a Swanna. But Ducklet, honestly, can kind of hold its own in the beginning. It's a little bulky, you know, it's specially attacked, so, you know, it's a water type. It's a water flying type. They're usually pretty decent. It's a good choice to have. Swanna's okay. I think Swanna's okay. Swanna's got a little more bulk. Swanna can hit harder. Are there better flying types than Swanna? Yes. Are there worse types than Swanna? Hell yes. So, Swanna, I think, is okay. Rufflet is honestly meh, but further up in meh, because you get him late game, but he can hold his own. He can honestly hold his own pretty well, all things considering. And you don't, again, you're not really getting Rufflet to use him long. Braviary is stupid good. I'm just gonna put that out there. Braviary is honestly stupid good. It hits like a truck. It's crazy fucking fast. Not a whole lot of bulk, but that's because all the bulk went to its female counterpart. We'll go over that in here in a second. But it's honestly a pretty good Pokemon. I like it. Volibee is honestly meh. Volibee is bulky, not supposed to hit hard, not incredibly fast either. Not a huge fan of the design. I understand it's supposed to be a chick coming out of the egg, but there are better Pokemon. And again, you're not getting Volibee for Volibee, so you ain't gotta worry about that long. Mandibuzz, I really like Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz, you know, it doesn't hit hard, but it is insanely bulky, pretty decently fast, good setup mon. You set up Tailwind, so it makes you even faster, and all your other Pokemon are faster. Really, really good Pokemon to have. Really good one to have. Tornadus standard form? I don't know what the Genie forms are called. Tornadus is honestly stupid good. I like Tornadus, the only pure flying type we have to this date, which makes him interesting. He hits pretty hard, he's fast, he's somewhat bulky. I think his Therian form is even more bulky, but he's a cool Pokemon. Therian form, Tornadus is, I think, is goated. Because he's the only one of the three that's like a flying type that's actually a bird. Still pure flying, but it's fine. He's the only pure flying we have, which is very interesting to think about. You think that, but like at the same time, you look at him. What other typing would you give him? You know, you could say, oh, we'll give him electric type. Well, we already got electric type with this trio, so it's one of those things where it's like there's not much you can really do with him. But he's bulkier. He hits harder. He flies faster. He's a good Pokemon to get. Thundurus, regular form, is stupid good. I am a big Thundurus fan. I think he's the best of the three. He's the coolest of the three. Flying electric, sorry. So he can only hit one of them, but he's still a really cool Pokemon. I really like him. Therian form is stupid good. Like, the design alone is insane, dude. The design alone is insane. Holy shit, he's so good. I love him. I can't express how much I love this thing. It's so good. Landorus. In my opinion, this is the weakest of the three. Still stupid good. Still stupid good. I can't justify putting it behind Starly. But I'm not a big fan of Landorus. I'm just going to say that right now. I think he's the weakest link of the three. I think he's supposed to be canonically the strongest of the three. But he's the weakest link of the three, I feel like. He's, you know, flying ground. So already electric type weakness gone. Ice type weakness doubled. Water type weakness is there now. He's just I'm not the biggest Landorus fan. Therian form is cooler at the very least. Therian form is at least cooler, but still I don't like Landorus as much. He's a saber tooth. Like, don't get me wrong, his Therian form looks cool. I really like the design, but like still doesn't bring a whole lot to the table, I feel like. It's just he's a cool design Pokemon. That's what I'm gonna say about him. Fletchling, it's honestly kind of meh. Honestly, it's normal flying, doesn't get fire until its final evolution. I learned that the hard way. But you don't get Fletchling for Fletchling. You get it for Talonflame. Super fast, hits crazy hard, but nothing in defenses. Absolutely zilch. Fletchinder is also meh, but better. Hits harder, way faster, a little bit extra bulk, but you know, it's better, but not quite there. Talonflame is goated, just goated. Like, holy shit, you will never find, if you play X and Y, you will never find another better Route 1 bird than Talonflame. Especially if you get one with Gale Wings. Gale Wings Talonflame was OU for the longest time. It's so broken, they had to get rid of Gale Wings in 7th gen. Not get rid of the ability, but make it to where he can't get Gale Wind in 7th gen. That's how broken he was. It's insane. He's such a good Pokemon. He's such a good Pokemon to have. Hawlucha. He's okay. Hawlucha's okay. He's fighting flying, you know, the only one of that we have. He's a Luchador, really cool. He has a move, the only move we have to this date that's 2 typings. So he's a cool Pokemon, but there are better flying and better fighting types out there. Noibat is okay. Noibat's okay. Dragon flying. It's a little bat Pokemon. I really like the Pokemon's design. But you don't get Noibat for Noibat, you get Noibat for Noivern. And also, Noibat is not the best Pokemon to get. Noivern is goated. Noivern's goated. I really like Noivern. It's a shame that his stats aren't quite there where you want them to be, but still a really cool Pokemon. Dragon flying, I love it. Yveltal's also goated. Yveltal is just goated. The embodiment of death. This thing's the embodiment of death. And like, he just absorbs the living things around him. He's such a cool Pokemon. He grew on me, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was seeing stuff for X and Y, I thought, you know, oh, it's stupid, he's just shaped for Y. But as I used him, oh my lord, I love him so much. Picky Peck is honestly meh. Normal flying. You don't really get Picky Peck for Picky Peck, you get him for a Toucannon. But it is what it is. Trumbeak, same situation as Fletchling to Fletchinder. it's better, it hits harder, it's faster, but it's not where you want it to be. You're wanting it to be a Toucannon. Toucannon is just okay, in my opinion. Not a bad Pokemon by any means, but there are definitely better flying types out there that you would want to get over a Toucannon. I think it's one of its signature moves is fucking Rock Smash for some reason. I forget what the name of his actual signature move is, but again, better flying types and better normal types out there, and better Pokemon that do what it does even better. Oh, hey, Oricorio, we have Fire, Electric, Fairy, and Ghost. Actually, no, this is Psychic. I apologize for that. I think that as Pokemon, they are okay. And I think the best place for them is here. There's no particular order for them, I feel like. I feel like they all do the same, but for a different type. And yeah, I like the thing about Oricorio. You know, the different pollen makes it change its form. I really like that. It's just, you know, there's better flying types and better types of each single typing that it is. If you're using one, you either really needed the typing that you turned it into, or you just want to be unique. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, there are better Pokemon for the job. Next you have Rookidee. Rookidee is honestly meh. Rookidee's meh. And much like the Pikipek, the Fletchling situation, with this Rat One Bird, you're not getting it for Rookidee, you're getting it for Corviknight. Corvisquire is, once again, same boat. It's better, but it's not quite there. And it's normal flying, it and Rookidee are. So it's not a unique typing. There are much better normal flying types out there. Corviknight is such a 180 from what I thought it was going to be. It's steel flying, hits like a truck, slow as shit, but its defenses and its physical attack are sky fucking high. Holy fuck. I don't think we have any steel flyings to this date other than Corviknight. Corviknight is that good of a Pokemon. We have G-Max Corviknight, which is way cooler and just way better overall. I really like G-Max Corviknight. I was so mad when I found out that it's called, I always get Dynamax and G-Max confused. It's G-Max is the form, Dynamax is the transition. I was so mad when I found out when you Dynamax a Corviknight, it doesn't just turn into G-Max Corviknight. It's just a Dynamax Corviknight. I was so mad, so pissed off. Cramorant, honestly, is meh. Water flying. It has its signature move where it swallows a Pokemon and launches at him or at your opponent. But again, there are Pokemon that do what it can do even better. There are much better water flying type Pokemon out there. And it's, again, Gen 8 decks, very iffy for me. Didn't play a lot of Gen 8. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean? Finally, Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd, I think, is okay. Farfetch'd, I feel like is very well needed. Farfetch'd deserved an evolution a long time ago, and it's about damn time he got it. It's a shame that he had to get a Galarian Farfetch'd, but at the same time it makes sense that you would get that. I just don't like, actually, you're going to get knocked down a few pegs solely because of the way you evolve. The way you evolve it is stupid. You gotta get 3 critical hits in a fucking row. Fuck you, Game Freak. One of the most difficult mechanics to get in the game, and you say you have to get 3 in a row. Fuck you. That's like saying you have to freeze a Pokemon with Icy Wind 3 times in a row. Fuck you personally. And that is going to complete our flying type Pokemon tier list. As always, this is the most accurate tier list, flying type Pokemon tier list out there. All tier lists out there are in fact wrong. But if you think I screwed up somewhere on here, you think I put a Pokemon in the wrong spot, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see any non-Pokemon related content, be sure to check out my second channel, Notification. If you want to see me stream both Pokemon and non-Pokemon related content, be sure to check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Super796. If you want to see any of my VODs or just want something for background noise, be sure to check out Stupid VODs all my VODs from Twitch, after I'm done streaming, it automatically get plucked from there and put on the VOD channel, because Twitch does not like saving your VODs unless you're partnered. Be sure to check out my TikTok for anything and everything I feel like posting. Be sure to check out my Discord, because we post memes, we talk about future events, we sometimes hang out and chat in there, it's a good time. And finally, if you want to see any of my garbage opinions, be sure to check out my Twitter. Everything that I just mentioned will be linked in the description down below. So, that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, comment below what you think of the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, helps the channel, helps series, helps me as a whole. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!
Take bars, little man.